Good evening and welcome to another episode of SportsCast with Jeremy Buckaloo. I am your host, Jeremy Buckaloo, and thank you for joining us tonight. We're live from the Brewer Street Mafia studios, as we are each and every Sunday night. Was on vacation on this past week and woke up Tuesday morning and was getting ready to go fishing with the boys and received a text message that nobody ever wants to receive. And when I read it, my heart just sank into my stomach. And I know most of you, a lot of you know exactly what I'm talking about because you got the same feelings when you found out that we had lost Junior Staggs. Junior was a sponsor of this show. He was one of the first ones when we decided we were going to do a sportscast. Mike reached out to Junior and asked him about sponsoring and didn't hesitate to say absolutely, because one thing about Junior is he was always looking to give back to the community in whatever it was, whether it be with his musical talents, whether it be through his auctioneering talents and the work that he did for Helping Hands. And so was one of the first sponsors we had here on SportsCast. But more importantly than that, he was a friend. He was a father, a husband, and his loss to Henry County was profound. And we wanted to take tonight and to remember Junior and to dedicate this show to him. One thing you can say about Junior is he wasn't shy about how he felt about things, and one thing that he was always very adamant and vocal about was mental health, and he was never shied away from talking about his struggles with mental health and challenging us as men to talk more openly about it. And I hope that in these coming days and weeks and months ahead that we can do that. But I can tell you that Henry County has lost a patriot and has lost a friend and a colleague that does not come along very often. And so tonight's show is in honor and in memory of Junior Staggs. We miss him, we love him, and we can't wait to see him again.
Hey mama, I think I'm in love, and the girl I met, she's heaven sent, hand picked from God above. Oh, she gets me, she protects me, she ain't afraid to call my bluff. Oh mama, I think I'm in love. I'll never forget the call I made to mom and dad about the blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl I just met. I knew she was the one for me.
In a world that moves way too fast, there's one place that feels like home. Tater's Place in Paris, Tennessee, where the sizzle of a smash burger meets the sound of laughter and every plate tells a story. Bring the family, make memories, and taste the love in every bite. Live music, real people, and unforgettable food. That's Tater's Place, 3615 Highway 79 North. Find the flavor you've been missing at Tater's Place. Come and feel what you've been hungry for.
Are you looking for a fence that gives you peace of mind? At All Star Fence Company, we don't just build fences, we build confidence. Whether it's keeping your family safe, protecting your property, or simply adding curb appeal, All Star delivers unmatched quality, dependable service, and lasting results. Locally owned and trusted across West Tennessee, Kentucky, and beyond, we're the name homeowners count on for reliability and strength since 1971. All Star Fence Company, your first line of defense and your best choice for peace of mind. Visit allstarfenceandsupply.com today.
And Back here at the Brewer Street Mafia Studios, we are live for SportsCast with Jeremy Bucklew. Thank you for joining us this week. I want to say thank you to our sponsors, Taters and All-Star Fence. Also want to say thank you to Patriot Plumbing, to Shelter Insurance, and got some new sponsors coming on this month with Eaton Construction and Tennessee Real Estate. Appreciate those guys for helping us bring you SportsCast each and every week. Got another great show for you tonight. As I said, I was on vacation last week, but back in the saddle tonight here at the Brewer Street Mafia Studios. Got two guys with me going to talk a little bit of travel basketball and all that entails. Got Adam Jenkins with me here to my left, and then K.D. Freeman. Of course, Adam with the Henry County Havoc, K.D. with the Paris Heat, and we're going to talk about basketball this evening. Gentlemen, welcome, and glad to have you on the show tonight, and looking forward to just some good discussion about y'all's programs and everything that goes with it.
Awesome. Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
So as each and every week we start the show the same way. Also, I nearly forgot I had it written down here. I want to say thank you to TEC Internet also, who is now providing internet for the studios here at the Brewer Street Mafia location. And so we are appreciative for that and for their work and support. And so it's going to start the show like we do each and every week with the best thing I saw this week. And so, KD, we'll start with you. What is the best thing, that you saw this week?
Best thing I've saw this week, just in general? Or?
Yeah, just whatever. Whatever first thing comes off your head.
I guess at work, I sell cars at Nissan, sure. And just seeing, all the people come in, and trusting you and helping them with their car purchases, sure. Or guiding them in whichever direction they need to go. And then the smiles on their faces when you are able to help them.
Nice.
I was able to do that a couple times this week, so that's probably the best thing.
Always good to be able to help other people.
Right.
And especially, sometimes it's a want, sometimes it's a need.
Right.
And it doesn't matter, just being able to meet that need. And
right.
That's always a good thing.
Yes, sir.
So, Adam, how about you, man? Best thing you've seen this week?
I'm going to kind of go a 1A and a 1B.
Okay.
Number one, probably just the community support over this team, man. I have, we're getting ready to go to St. Louis this next weekend for the Reebok Nationals, which we won last year. Yeah. But anyway,
just throw that in there.
That's right. But we're getting ready to go, and I promise you this stuff is not cheap. Yeah. And we have been fortunate enough to be self-funded and been that way from the start. And just the community support for this team is just absolutely unbelievable, and I cannot thank everybody enough. Number two, my wife took me to a Fish concert.
Very nice.
In Columbus, Ohio. Haven't seen them since I was in high school, so that was pretty cool for me. I enjoyed it.
Of course, me and you graduated together, and so Fish 97 versus Fish 2025.
97 all day long. I didn't know any of the songs they played. They played a couple of old ones, but not many.
I'm excited. In 2 weeks, we're going to see Creed in Memphis, and so I had a buddy who went a couple weeks ago to Lexington and said it's like 1990s. 7, 96.
That's kind of what I was
hoping
for, but it's still cool.
Yeah. My best thing I've seen this week, like I said, we were on vacation, and it's just always good to get away. And it's that picture right there. I got to take the whole family down to Cape San Blas, Florida, and spend a week together. And, that's always a good time. Ready to come home, but at the same time, vacations are never long enough, I don't think. But just being able to just sit and put your feet in the water and not have a care in the world is it was nice for a week, and back to the grind tomorrow, I guess. But that's the way life works. So anyway, we're talking about some travel basketball tonight. Both of you guys have extremely, extremely successful travel teams that y'all are the coach of. And first of all, so KD, we'll start with you. Just tell us, how did you get involved in basketball? Kind of just tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got involved in basketball, and specifically the Paris Heat group.
Man, when I was in high school, I never made the high school team.
Okay.
But I still wanted to keep playing basketball. So there was a team called the Crusaders. The coach was Nina Knott. She used to take me back. And I joined her travel team from my sophomore year on out to my senior year.
Okay.
And that was my go-to, because I didn't make school team. So after high school and after I graduated, I was like, there's probably a lot more kids out there who may not make their high school team or their middle school team, but want to still play ball.
Sure.
So that got me interested into starting travel basketball. And I only started off with one team. And, of course, now we got 6 total teams, so it's kind of grew and kind of took off. And it's just, you're just trying to help those kids from middle school, elementary, middle school, and even we got a freshman team, just trying to help them build. If they don't make it this year, hopefully we can help them and make it the next year.
Right.
So that's just our goal, is just to help these kids progress, help these kids develop, put them up against competition, and, just let them know just because you don't make a school team, you still got something here with us.
Sure.
So.
Awesome. Adam, like I said, I've known you for a long, long time. I'll let you tell us a little bit about yourself, but go ahead and tell them who Adam Jenkins is.
Well, I spent 23 years with the sheriff's office as an investigator and captain up there. Kind of had a change of pace later in my career when these kids were kind of getting of age. Probably I think my son was about 8 years old, so probably around 2016. Melvin Rack called me one night and asked me if I'd coach basketball. And honestly, I know this is hard to believe, but I didn't make the team either. I know you couldn't tell it by looking at me, but I'm not the most athletic in the world. But anyway, I didn't make my high school team either. And I've always loved basketball. I know me and you played against each other when we were younger. I remember some of those games, and a lot of fun. I've always loved it. But when Melvin asked me to coach, I really didn't have much interest in it, if I'm just being honest. And there just wasn't enough coaches, so I wound up going up there.
Is this for like the Caps?
This is for the Caps League.
Right.
Yep. This is my intro to coaching right here. And so I drafted my team, and I got lucky and got some really good players. I got Caden Kendall. He was actually my last pick in the draft. I had no clue who that kid was. And anyway, the rest is just history, honestly, man. I love those kids. They are awesome. They're special. And I knew right away, I was like, man, I love this. I am so glad I did this. And I kept on going, and it just kind of morphed into where things are now. And it ultimately led to me leaving my job at the sheriff's department and pursuing a career in it at Inman and teaching and just kids in general, man. It's just awesome.
So you not only coach the Havoc, but you are
I'm the assistant coach also, yes,
at Inman
Middle School.
Got a good squad coming up that you're excited about.
Very, very.
So talk about that, both of you. We're just going to have a conversation here. That's all this show is. When you got into coaching, like, what were you surprised by? Like, what kind of, you had to step back and were like, oh, okay, this is not what I was expecting, or this is different from what I was expecting, but had to work through it anyway?
I don't know that it was really like that for me, if I'm just being honest with you. I haven't ever really had the anything bad or anything eye-opening like that happen, really. I hate to be like that or say that that, but everything's for me, it's pretty much been sunshine and roses, man. I've loved it. I mean, we've really not had any kind of hiccups along the way. I hadn't really had any angriness or anybody upset. It's just been. I
mean, that's what you're looking for in a team, right?
Absolutely.
Like that's the ideal goal, is to have a group that you don't have to worry about any drama or anything like that. So, how about you, K.D.? Anything that you were not expecting when you got into it?
Sometimes, you just have a little trouble out of parents, but you just, once y'all come to an understanding, and both see eye to eye, everything's okay. Going from league ball to travel ball, it's just 2 totally different ball games.
Talk about that.
Different animal.
It's just a different breed, and with our league ball here in Paris, which is great, and they have this rule, you have to play everyone.
Right.
You got to play them a certain amount of minutes, which is great, because that's a good program. That's a good thing that Henry County has for our kids here. But once parents, enter travel ball, and your kid makes the travel ball team, you're really not. You don't have to play them a certain amount of time. So that kind of just gets mixed up, in the parents. But they just come to you. You just talk about it, and you become good after that.
Well, I don't mean this ugly against the Caps League. It's a great, for a lot of kids, an introduction to a sport that they think they may want to pursue and play later, and that's great. But nothing is given to you. Like, you've got to work for what you want.
Not. Yes.
And,
yes.
I mean, that's, I guess, one of the biggest differences in a rec league team and what you guys are doing is it's understood that this is not Saturday afternoon Caps. This is travel ball, because y'all play against some pretty impressive squad, both of you. Even because, K.D., your team, what's the age group on your team?
Well, we start off with we got 4th grade all the way up to 15U, which is our freshman group.
Is it That's your group. Which group is that there?
That is our 8th grade,
right.
our 14U team. And those guys right there, you know, there's looks like only 6 or 7 of them. But, man, they hustle, they grind, they listen. And I'll take those 7 right there any day. And some of them don't even look like they play basketball. But
it's a pretty tough-looking group right there.
But
I tell
man,
you, I wouldn't, you know.
They'll scrap for each other,
I
man.
bet.
And they get down. And that right there is our middle school team right there. You got a few of them that plays at Inman. Half the team actually looks like plays for Inman. And we got a couple kids from Murray on the team.
Okay.
And then we got a Milan kid in the back there, 2 of them. And they are a young, scrappy team, too.
Y'all got kids coming from all over to play.
Yeah, man. We got Stewart County kids. We got Murray kids. We got Milan. We got McKenzie. So we got pretty much your surrounding counties that come in and play with us. That right there, that kid right there, that's King Kenley. And that kid right there,
you're going to hear that name.
Yes, you're going to hear that name.
Am I going to be saying it a lot on the radio?
Yes,
is that what y'all are saying?
I mean, you're going to have that name in your sleep.
All right.
When you're going to bed. He's a 4th grader, and that kid is just a pure dog, as they say these days. He grinds. He works every day. There's not a day he don't have a basketball in his hand. And he's just all-around great kid. Not only in just basketball, he's good at football, too.
Okay.
I mean, that's the fastest kid you're going to see. He gets that ball, he's gone. So I can't wait to see what the future holds for that kid. And like I said, all of our kids work hard and grind and do what they need to do in order to be successful. But that kid is just extra special right there.
So y'all got 4th grade through, I think you had a freshman team coming up. Is that right? And so then, Adam, you said y'all started with 1 team and have built it to 6.
Right.
Is there plans to expand it to more, or at that point, you know, like I know you probably got your hands full already with trying to oversee 6 of them, but I know you got a lot of help with that too, right?
I do, and I also want to give some credit to the people that's behind the scenes who helped me out. We have a girls team that is Coach Bree, Brianna Holder, Savion Pearson, and Jade Hamilton. They all 3 played ball here at the high school, and they also are my backbone. Them 3 ladies right there, they keep me going and keep me flowing and keep everything in line, you know. And we got a couple of boy coaches too that help out. Coach Kelvin and Coach Laz, they're from McKenzie. They coach a couple of our teams, and then we got Quan McFerrin who helps out too as well. And we're just a big group, man, with a lot of coaches who just want to see these kids get better and do great. So,
and so then, Adam, y'all pick up high school level, right?
We do. We're 17U, and I've basically had this same group. They've been playing together for most of them, literally several of them since 3rd grade.
Right.
And most of them have been together since 6th grade on.
That's your squad right there.
That's my squad right there. Carson Curd on the left, and my son Travis. Then Aiden Jackson, Caden Kendall, the kid there without a jersey on, he took it off. That's Darion Taylor. He's actually from Humboldt. Okay. You're going to know that name too. Zach Wilson, Jamari Foster, and then talking about playing some of the competition, the kid down there, Neil, that's Ja'Kai Beard. I'm sure you probably know that name. But we actually played against Mr. Basketball from private schools this year, and Ja'Kai dunked on him. So
is that one of the videos that's on Facebook?
That's one of the videos, yep.
Listen, I'm of course friends with both of y'all on Facebook, so I follow y'all pretty close, but like that, all of your videos will get you excited for what's coming for Henry County basketball.
Oh, I'm telling you, man.
And for Inman, because let's talk about that for a minute. Like, these kids playing throughout the summer together is what Coach Height mentioned it when he and Coach when he and Cole were on, Coach Culpepper, they mentioned that the feeder program right now that we have and what a difference that makes at Inman. I mean, that's you guys feeding Inman, feeding Henry County High School, because a lot of those kids, I think all of those kids, matter of fact, play except for the Humboldt kid, or the Henry County Patriots. Mm-hmm. And so talk about how your preparation during this time gets them ready for October, November, December, because they're already playing together.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
The gel that it takes to make that successful as it is.
So I've always kind of looked at it, not necessarily as that we're an organization, but we're just kind of a team, you know. And I keep a small team. I don't have many players. I keep it like that on purpose because I want everybody's going to play. I mean, it's not like rec ball. I don't want to say it like that, but everybody's going to participate, and that's when I want these kids to kind of step out of their comfort zone, right? This is the time where you learn what you can do, and you get better at your skills, and you push yourself to do things that you might not normally do. If you're needing to work on something for the high school, I promise you, there's not a bad shot with us. There's not,
Right.
These kids have the freedom to play however they want to, and I hope at the end of the day that it serves well. I'm proud of them.
It's kind of like honing those skills they use that we watch them play on Tuesdays and Fridays and Saturday nights.
Absolutely, that's
Henry County. Yeah. How about you, KD? Same thing for the Inman program as far as
just keeping them conditioned. Going all summer. And just making sure they're conditioned all throughout the summer. And like Adam said, the skill set that you think you need to work on going to Inman, because I'm sure those coaches have told you, hey, if you need to work on this, or you need to work on that, to better you out for the season coming up. And I tell them, entice that into our team.
Right.
And I just tell them, man, if you give 110% effort, good things are going to happen. If you just give that effort, skill and all that stuff is going to come along, but you got to give the effort first.
Sure.
You got to have that effort, and everything will work out for you.
Do y'all have like a set season, or do y'all just play year round?
Well, I've got the older the kids get, for me, we kind of slowed down a little bit. We don't play quite as much as we used to, but we still play several tournaments.
Yeah.
Used to, we'd play every weekend, and we'd go just year round as long as we could.
Okay.
If it was available, we were going to play.
All right.
My youngest team, my 4th and 5th grade team, we start in November.
Okay.
Because I can actually start with them because they're not part of a school team.
Sure.
Once you get up to middle school and high school, you can't touch them until they get done with their season. So we get those young guys. We're playing in Mayfield. We're going to Murray, and we're playing those little play dates and stuff like that to help us build into the next year and start hitting those bigger tournaments throughout the summer.
Gotcha. So what? I need to see y'all play. What does a typical season for y'all look like?
We'll play somewhere near, if you count it game-wise, we'll play 30, 40 games a summer. Because our weekends, you look at, you're just playing a weekend, but sometimes we'll play 5 or 6 games a weekend, so it adds up pretty quick. We'll play somewhere around 30 games at least, minimum.
All right.
I couldn't tell you how many games. With all these teams, I couldn't tell you how many games we play in. But, with the younger team, that's the team I coach, is the 4th and 5th grade group. And we started in November, and we're still going now.
Right.
So, there's no telling how many games we have played from that point on. So. And
you talked about the community support. So nothing these days is free.
No.
Right?
Yes, sir.
No.
So what's a typical weekend? Because I know we were talking about this before we came on the air. At one point, me and Lance Perry were coaching the Inman girls squad, and I know we used to, in the summer, would go over to Mayfield, or we go to Benton County or Marshall County rather, and play in Benton up in Kentucky, and it's not cheap to do this. What kind of cost are y'all looking at every weekend that y'all go play?
Oh, well, you're looking at least, most places are $200, $250 just to get in the doors. Yep. And then you got travel expenses, and then you got food. It would cost, it wouldn't be anywhere. If you go play in Nashville just on a weekend and you're going to drive up Saturday and Sunday and play a couple games, you're going to spend $600, $700 easy.
Good grief.
Yeah, and, we got 6 teams, of course, and, we'll take 3 this weekend or 4 this weekend or all of them this weekend.
Right.
And it's gone crazy in the past few years, too. It has blown up.
Well, I know, like I said, when we used to go, I think I said $50. It may have been $25 or $50 a game.
Yeah,
not a weekend.
Yeah,
like that's what you pay per game, and so that dictates kind of how many games sometimes you want to play that weekend. And
pre-COVID, it was like $20 a game for us. Where at Mayfield, we could go over there for about $20 a game, 25 maybe. I can't remember exactly, but now I think even just to go over there, you're looking at $50, $60 a game.
Yeah.
So by the time
of course, you got to pay. Refs are getting expensive too.
Right.
Yeah,
so everything's just going up. So they kind of got to go up with it too. But that's like this tournament that me and Adam Jenkins were about to go to for our final for the season. It's $375 a team. And
that's the Reebok Invitational.
That's
right?
the Reebok Nationals.
Y'all talk about that. I mean, how big a deal is this tournament for your
for
squad?
us? we played local, and we played for years and years. We played Mayfield, Jackson, places around there. And then we went to St. Louis, just started taking an overnight trip for the boys, just to have a big time, And we got up there and won one of them, and it qualified. We went up our first year and didn't have a whole lot of success, but we were kind of out of our elements. It was a different atmosphere, different teams, and we were a different style of ball than we were used to seeing played. And then we had some success, but the next year we won one and qualified, and we made it to the Final Four of the Worlds, which was in Memphis that year. And that kind of gave us the favor. So the next season, we set a goal. The only goal we had all year was to work towards that Reebok Nationals and to win that championship. We grinded all year. We qualified. I don't even know if you have to or not, but they used to tell us you qualified. I don't even know if you have to qualify anymore or not. But anyway, it sure felt good. Make it feel like you earned it.
Definitely.
So anyway, last year we get up there and we're playing teams from Oklahoma, from Chicago. We played a Chicago team, played a couple from St. Louis, played one from I think we played one from Texas, and then actually wound up beating a team from, they were comprised of, I think it was a prep team, they were comprised of Illinois and Iowa and I can't even remember, Tri-State State. But anyway, they were very good. Anyway, make a long story short, we wound up winning that thing at the buzzer when Darion hit a 3 in overtime to give us the victory. And I'm going to tell you what, man, it was one of the craziest experiences of my life. It was absolutely amazing.
That picture right there, that's in gambling. So y'all host a tournament. I know y'all host a fish fry tournament every year, right? That's new that you started doing. But of course, that's Adam's team there playing in gambling. But you talked about the community sport. Talk about and K.D, you kind of alluded to this a little bit, but I mean, it's a lot for parents too. To take off and go on these trips. And I know with Adam, your kids are old enough that they may be able to go, but K.D, I'm sure that if the parents aren't going, then you're in communication with them. But I mean, that's got to be a huge.
It is. I want to take a minute to shout out some main sponsors of ours who put into us throughout the whole season a lot.
Sure.
J&S Professional Services, Jamie Joyner and Stephanie Joyner.
Okay.
Those guys right there are an excellent family. They have a J&S Professional Service. They do heating and air and electric and stuff like that. That's a top-notch group right there, and they do a lot for us, and I just want to thank them greatly. And Dr. Heather Gullish Milton, she's put into us a lot too as well.
Over Twin Rivers, right?
Yes, the Twin Rivers, and anything sports and kids related, she's all for us. Awesome. So I want to thank her for that. And I got one more. It's Ashley Newcomb with Kingsview Partners.
Okay.
It's right around the corner right here. She puts in a lot to us as well. So I just want to thank those three. Those are our
main sponsors.
Biggest sponsors. Of course, we got a lot more, and I want to thank them too as well. I wish I could name them all right now, but we'll be on this show all night.
That's the great thing about Henry County is that when it comes to the kids, I mean, there's always people willing and wanting to help out. Never, no is not in their vocabulary if they see a need that the kids have. And I mean, that's one of the greatest things about living here, I think, is the community support that you get.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's unmatched.
Yeah. So y'all are getting ready to go to St. Louis this weekend.
Yes.
I mean, other than just the basketball, so how many games will y'all play? Is it a tournament style, like it's a true tournament style game? So
you'll play Friday and Saturday in pool play, and then you'll get seeded based on your pool play record and your point differential, and then you just head into bracket play to single elimination. It's win or go home on Sunday.
A lot of pressure with that, isn't it?
A lot of pressure. It is. A lot of pressure.
We were lucky to both our teams ended up winning last year in it, and like he said, just to pick up on the competition down there, we played the Dallas, Texas team, Indiana team. I mean, you got people traveling in all over for this tournament, all state to state, just coming in. And he has over 170 teams coming in for this tournament. And just the competition you can put these kids from little old Paris, Tennessee against, and they compete.
Yeah.
That's just a great thing.
Y'all putting Paris, Tennessee on the map when it comes to basketball.
When we go these places, teams know who we are.
They do.
They've seen us.
I mean, that says a lot. You know what I mean? Because you're talking about like you said, these teams come from all over.
Yep.
And if people are talking about y'all, that's pretty impressive, if you ask me.
Yeah, let me back something up on that point. If you notice us, we wear yellow T-shirts. Yeah. We don't have any fancy jerseys. I've always said expensive jerseys don't win ball games.
Right.
But so when we were younger, the kids all decided they just thought it was more comfortable than basketball jerseys back in the Caps League, when we were younger. And kind of just they started wearing them and just kind of morphed into they just wanted to keep them, because we would go places and people kind of laugh at us, wouldn't we got to play these boys in the T-shirts, and then they'd tote a tail whooping home with you, and the attitudes would change next time, and earn that respect, and then they just look at you different from then on, Now we got to play those guys that wear them yellow T-shirts.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, like, it's if you can go somewhere on a national stage like that, I mean, it's mind blowing to me that not because like, oh wow, y'all, but the exposure y'all can bring to the area and basketball in the area, because like you said, you're taking 5 teams to St. Louis. I mean, like, people are going to know the Paris Heat is here and they got 5 teams here, so basketball is going to be a big deal in Paris.
Yep. And that's another thing with the fish fry tournament. I know you elaborated on a little bit that I think it was our 4th year having it this past time, and we had 74 teams come in.
Wow.
To Henry County. Last year it was 77, and they're coming in from Kentucky. They're coming in from surrounding counties, of course, and other places too. But how I got that going is from going to these tournaments, meeting coaches, and exchanging information. And
how much? So that's another great point. Is, I mean, you probably learned a lot about putting on these tournaments from other coaches.
Right.
Do you find that they're usually pretty helpful? And it's basketball and it's a competition, but at the end of the day, are people fairly helpful when you get to these things, or do you run across some guys that are, I don't want to say take it too serious, but you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Yeah, I think Zach does a good job.
Zach's great. Zach, the Reebok guy, he runs a tight ship, man.
Yeah.
Best of the ones that we play in.
Right.
KD does a great job here. I don't envy that at all. That's gotta be a nightmare running those things.
Yeah.
When you get a call at 7 o'clock from me complaining.
No. And like you said, Zach, he the one who does the Reebok series, which is the tournaments we play in, and that's the reason why I wanted to start playing in his tournaments. It's just not only because of the competition that comes in, but the tight ship he runs.
Sure.
And just making sure your team's good, and not only just yours, but he makes sure everybody is good, and he meets their needs, and he works with you the best he can. So that's why I really wanted to start playing in that Reebok series. And we go to almost all his tournaments he have.
Okay.
He hosts some in Paducah, Kentucky. He hosts some in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, St. Louis. So we try to play in most of his stuff he has going on, just because you see a lot of different faces and a lot of different competition. And I think going against that competition with those teams where they're coming from, and then those kids having that type of experience, and then bringing it to their local teams here, their middle school teams and high school teams, I think it's a big help for them.
I think that's a bigger thing even than the exposure, is the experience the kids are getting by playing. I mean, I'm glad you don't get me wrong, but if y'all went to these tournaments and went 0-4 every weekend, I think the experience in and of itself and the learning that's going on would.
Well, it's still got to help.
Worth the time.
That's me. That's me too. It's still got to help. It's better than not playing at all.
Right.
That's how we started. We didn't win a game. Every tournament we went to, we just lost. Kept losing. But those kids never seen that type of.
Sure.
I guess I'm looking for I done got hung up on the word, but that type
they don't see that level of competition playing
that,
around.
Correct.
Until you go to something like that.
And once we started keep taking them back to it, like, hey, we're not gonna run from it. We're gonna keep knocking down that door, and once we finally reach that peak, then we're gonna keep competing. And we luckily have been able to start winning some and hosting some trophies up. Sure. So that's just always good to see the growth from when you first started into now.
Yeah.
Kind of been opposite for us. We a wise man once told me that every good coach has one thing in common: they got good players.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've been blessed from the get-go, and we pretty much had success right off the bat. Right off the bat. And we would go and like I said, go to Mayfield. Now, we did have one year where there was a Mayfield team that I think my kids was in 7th grade, and they would bust us up every weekend. They were really good. And we got a chance last year. We met them in a Reebok tournament. Same team, different, same kids, different team names.
Sure.
And I think we beat them by like 40 points.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was a nice
nothing like a little motivation to get that up and going,
That's right. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I bet. So, guys, we're here with K.D. Freeman and Adam Jenkins talking about travel basketball. Got to take a break and hear from our sponsors, but we'll be right back after these messages and going to talk some more about the Henry County Havoc and Paris Heat. We'll be right back after these messages.
In a world that moves way too fast, there's one place that feels like home. Tater's Place in Paris, Tennessee, where the sizzle of a smash burger meets the sound of laughter, and every plate tells a story. Bring the family, make memories, and taste the love in every bite. Live music, real people, and unforgettable food. That's Tater's Place, 3615 Highway 79 North. Find the flavor you've been missing at Tater's Place. Come and feel what you've been hungry for.
Are you looking for a fence that gives you peace of mind? At All Star Fence Company, we don't just build fences, we build confidence. Whether it's keeping your family safe, protecting your property, or simply adding curb appeal, All Star delivers unmatched quality, dependable service, and lasting results. Locally owned and trusted across West Tennessee, Kentucky, and beyond, we're the name homeowners count on for reliability and strength since 1971. All Star Fence Company, your first line of defense and your best choice for peace of mind. Visit allstarfenceandsupply.com today.
Back here on SportsCast with Jeremy Bucklew, do want to remind you to tune in to the Mike Weatherford Show on Tuesday night. Every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, you can find his show, and he's back from vacation as well, and looking forward to bringing you a new episode on it Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. And then also want to inform you that on July 26th, Ryan Larkins will be playing at the Breakers. And Rookie Edwards and Terry Hudson have made the decision that all of the proceeds from ticket sales to that event will go to the Junior Staggs family. Junior was scheduled to open that show for Ryan. And so I want to thank Rookie and Terry for that gesture. And again, that's July the 26th. If you'd like tickets or like more information about that, you can reach out to Rookie or you can contact Mike Weatherford and he can get you set up for tickets to those. Actually, tables are selling fast, so let's try to sell that out. But again, all the proceeds from the show with the Breakers on July 26th with Ryan Larkin will go to the Junior Staggs family. And so here tonight with K.D. Freeman and Adam Jenkins talking about Paris Heat basketball and Henry County Havoc basketball. And guys kind of talked about a little bit of everything tonight. How do y'all balance, because over these are kids that we're dealing with here, so you got to balance school when school's back in session and family commitments, and y'all both work, and like how do y'all balance all of that to make the weeks go by as smooth as possible for your teams?
It's tough.
Yeah, we've kind of had a standing routine where my wife and I go pick the team up. And we've been doing that since. And I'm gonna tell you what, man. As much fun as basketball is, and as much fun as all this is, those rides, they're awesome, man. Yep. They're awesome. I love all them kids, man. And we've got at least 6 of them with us every time we go anywhere. Sometimes maybe an extra one squeezes in there or something. But so we usually haul just about everybody to the games, and pretty fun.
Yeah, I usually got a truck full myself, you know, and like he said, it's nothing greater than those rides, you know, to the games and back home from the games. You know, and I don't mind. You know, the parents know we don't mind. Wherever we can help out at, you know, we're gonna go all out for them. So
what does y'all's practice schedule look like? Do y'all just get there and let them play? Or I don't mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, it's not helter skelter.
I'm
just
sure.
Go do it.
I'm sure KD's is totally different than mine. But for the last year or two, we really hadn't practiced but a couple times, man.
But your team.
Yeah,
is
that's what I was going to
composed of a bunch of kids
who
are just playing all the time.
We have our stuff, and we've always played super aggressive basketball. Yeah. And I want them to play a read and react style, and not me out there telling them to run these set plays or do this or do that, because I don't think that's going to necessarily help them at the next level. Sure. You know, they need to know how to run plays, obviously, but I've always wanted them to kind of just figure it out, you know. And we have some defenses that we run, and we have some offensives that we'll get in. But for the most part, we're just out there doing our thing. And
right.
I'm gonna tell you what, the chemistry that these kids have got. If you've never seen us play, man, it's something. And you know, and I think it has to do with the years of just playing together,
sure.
you know. And honestly, if we want to run an inbound or something, we'll run one of the high schools plays. You know, like I said,
well,
we've
they all
got
know
them there.
right?
You know,
they know them.
And I also feel like at this age that you can run something in the ground, and they're getting it pretty hard and heavy at the high school now too. And time off's a big deal, so you know they work. A lot of my kids work now, so things just changed. But when we was younger, we would practice. I usually practice once a week, twice a week.
It's to the point where it's got to be fun for them because if it
ever stops being fun, it's done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, but y'all, K.D., what's your week look like as far as practices and how do y'all handle it?
We try to do 2 to 3 days a week.
Okay.
You know, with my younger group, you gotta get them in the gym and practice.
Well, and that's the difference
Yep.
between Adam's experienced older group than your like some of your kids probably haven't been playing basketball that long.
Correct.
Right?
Some of them are just starting.
Yeah.
You know, and that's honestly is more fun to me because
sure.
you know you got a group that's they're fresh and they're anxious, you know, and they're ready to learn and ready to compete. So we kind of gotta practice with those guys a little bit more, get them familiar with the speed of travel basketball because when you're out there playing, travel basketball games, I mean the speed and the intensity is just on a whole new level. So it takes them a few weekends to get used to that speed and that. But like Adam said on plays and stuff, we got a couple, but I'm more of a defense. I want to press you all game. Okay. I want to get steals and I want to lay it up. Right. And defense is going to turn into offense. So man, that's why we run a lot, we condition a lot. And that's just because we're going all out on defense. We're pressing the whole game, and we want to beat you up on that end of the basketball.
Sure.
Yep.
Y'all have both been coaching a while. Have y'all how much have y'all seen the game change?
The biggest thing for me is seems like every year you get away with a little less, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the older they get, we can run. We've got a defense that's a half court trap that we run a lot, but the older when we was kids. They have just eat folks up. Just eat them up, right? Well, the older the kids get, you can't cut the floor in half anymore because they can make that pass to the corner, and it just changes things, and you got to kind of and these kids are good that we play,
sure.
and if you go out there half cocked with the wrong mindset and with not being locked in, you're gonna get whooped,
right?
Yeah.
So what? I know y'all are going to St. Louis this weekend. Is that the farthest trip y'all will make with your squads, or do y'all travel further than that?
It is for us. That's our big trip of the year. We've been doing it every year for the last
same here.
4.
Yeah, that's our furthest one we go to for sure.
And then both of you, Adam maybe more so than K.D. just because of the age thing.
Yeah.
But who is the best opponent y'all have seen as a team? Number one, as a team. Is there a state that that comes out every year, and if there's a team from that state, you're going to have your hands full?
We played a team last year called the Southern Illinois Bulls. I think that's who they were. But they were tough. They shot the daylights out. But at this age, if you don't make shots, you're probably going to lose.
Yeah.
It comes down. It literally comes down to making shots and just the simple things of basketball. If we're hitting our threes, you're in trouble.
Right.
If we're not, we've got to grind, and it's going to be one of those days. And we have them. We have them. But that was a really good team. And the team we beat last year, the kids will all tell you that was the best team they played.
Okay.
Southern Illinois Select. They were Southern Illinois Select, Tri-State Select. Excuse me. They were very, very good. They had a 6'8" kid, Cooper Knowles. I think he's getting recruited. He's a pretty big deal where he's from. He was a problem for us, but one we were fortunately able to handle.
Yeah, that would be my next question. Is there one kid that probably you've seen that kid's gonna go someplace and you're gonna hear his name a lot on CBS or ESPN, whatever?
Jaden Jones, Mr. Basketball.
Okay.
We played against him, but honestly, I don't want to be like this, but I think my kids were just as good as him.
It's okay to have.
I walk in with the mindset that we're going to be the best team there. There's
and if you don't, you might as well not show up. Right?
There's a kid from Kentucky named Miles Woodford.
Yeah.
I think he's either a senior or getting ready to be. He was really, really good.
Okay.
He plays for Paducah Tillman, I believe. That's where he did play. I don't know where he goes now, but he's ranked in Kentucky. He's probably D1 talent. Yeah. That Cooper Knowles kid is probably going somewhere, but I believe we got a couple that could do something too.
I'm blessed to get to call the ball games
Oh.
with Sam, and I told you before, I'm pumped about basketball season this year just because of seeing the work that they've done and the clips of your guys playing. Has me ready for Henry
Oh, it's
County
going to be
basketball.
awesome. I'm going to tell you something. We talking back about last year's St. Louis trip. We took a picture down there right before we left, and there was nobody else doing like this. Where you had a whole city worth of kids represented there.
Sure.
And then we had that last second shot that we hit. All of KD's kids. Well, we probably had 40, 50 kids over there by our bench, and it's just awesome, man, to see all those Paris kids, and we're out here representing in St. Louis against teams from all over the country,
Right.
And it was just it's pretty awesome, pretty awesome.
How about you, KD? The best team y'all play, or is there a team or a state that y'all see? These teams come in and you're like, oh, this. Because I'll be honest, for us, when I was doing it was like. We always just struggle. Kentucky basketball is different.
It's different.
And I'm not a good basketball coach or nowhere near you guys'
Same-
level.
well, I'm the same way, man.
They just we struggled against a lot of Kentucky teams just because.
That's where I learned was playing in Mayfield. Because you learn quick over there. Things are different. They have those fundamentals earlier than our kids do.
Right.
Yeah.
They've been playing. That's what from my experience anyway.
Yeah. I was going to say there's a team called Little Scrappy Elite. They're out of Paducah, the Kentucky area.
Yeah.
And they're stout. I tell my kids all the time, if you don't think those Kentucky kids got a ball in their hand 7 days out of the week, you're mistaken.
Yeah.
Because those kids, they live, sleep, eat, breathe, basketball.
Well.
And that's why we love going over there, because we know we're going to get the best of the best when we cross that line over there.
And again, it's the same kind of concept that it's like Henry County football. And you always talk about football. Well, that's what I know. But if you're always playing down,
right,
you're never going to be better.
Right.
And so you want to play these teams that get you ready to go somewhere like the Reebok Invitational. Because let's be honest, that's a long trip to go up there and get your butt kicked 4 games and come back home. You don't want to do that. It's expensive, and you don't want that.
Right.
And playing good competition gets you ready for this upcoming weekend.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
We actually did that this year. Our goal this year was to win the fish fry tournament.
Yep.
We hadn't won in our own backyard. But,
Yep.
I told the kids for the longest time, we were when you get to the high school division, when you're the 10th graders playing seniors, you're just the younger ones, But now we're the ones going into senior year, so it's kind of our turn, and that was our goal this year. And we got it. It was kind of a wild one, but we came away with it, so pretty cool.
Yeah. But so again, you see younger kids, but is there like a stud 7th or 8th grader that's not on your team, but that y'all play that you can think of that in a couple years he's probably going to make some headlines wherever he goes? And if not, that's fine. Like I know these kids are young.
Yeah,
but,
I wish I could think of his name.
No, AJ?
There's AJ, yes.
AJ.
He's the 6th grader going to be 7th grader, and that kid is just smooth.
Really?
He can facilitate. He don't have to score a point, but he's going to get all his 4 other people that's on the court with him, and they'll score all the points because he's facilitating the floor. Then he can score.
Sure.
If he needs to score, that's what he'll do. But if he needs to facilitate, that's what he's going to do. And he's just, he's scrappy. And he's a 6th grader going in 7th grade, I believe. And there's an 8th grader. I can't think of his name. He plays for Paducah, Kentucky, or in that area. And he's just, I think his name's Levi.
Okay.
Man, he plays center, but he's going to rebound the ball. And he's going to go all the way down court and lay it up on you. And no matter what you do, he's just going to finish, and he's good too as well. Good. So, like I said, those Kentucky teams, it's just great playing them because of the competition.
I don't ask this from my guests. I don't ask for favors from my guests. I'm asking, will y'all make sure your kids are boxing out?
Yes.
Yes.
Listen, if
I yell at every shot.
If you've heard me in a ball game, I get so frustrated sometimes with. And Coach Curd and Coach Miller do an outstanding job, as does Coach Wilson and you, and then Coach Height and Colby. Like all of you guys are doing great work with the kids. But you talk about those fundamentals. It's like a lost or some things in basketball that me and you grew up on. Of course, you went to Puryear.
I went to I was a city kid.
Okay,
city kid.
sorry, but when you're playing, like when you and I played, it was completely different than, and like I said, those Kentucky kids seem to have some fundamentals that, for whatever reason, boxing out's one of them. It just drives me crazy watching a ball game sometime. And it's not just, this is not a Henry County problem. This is an everywhere problem.
I got a kid on my team, and if he's watching, he knows. His number one is, I call him Murray because he's from Murray.
Okay.
But his name is McCord Mitchell. And he's our center. He can play shooting guard for anybody else because he can shoot the lights out, and he shoots for us too. But he's my tallest kid on my 4th grade team, so I got to have him down low. And if he's watching, he knows every game I'm yelling at him, box out. He's like, they're jumping over me because you're not boxing out. They're not going to call unless you put your butt on them, you know.
2 things drive me crazy in a basketball game. Number 1, this kid's not boxing out. Number 2 is when that kid doesn't box out, somebody from the crowd yelling, over the back.
Right.
And I say, it's not a foul to be taller than the person who is trying to get the basketball from you.
That's right.
And so if you're not going to put a body on them and you're not going to move them out of the paint, I don't want to hear anybody yelling over the back.
Right.
So
I agree.
That's just a pet peeve of Jeremy. Nobody, that's my thing. But so talk about, I know, Adam, I don't think you kind of talked about your team, but K.D., when do y'all have tryouts? What does that look like? If somebody says, hey, I want my kid to play on the Paris Heat, or he's interested in playing on the Paris Heat, what do they need to do, and when do they need to do that? When do y'all do that kind of stuff?
For my 5th grade and under team, we usually have a tryout in October because, like I said, we start in November.
Okay.
So usually around in October, usually when probably cap sheets goes out from the schools.
Yep.
It's usually about the time I'm looking to get started too. Okay. And I tell my kids or people who's tried out and who makes it, if they make my team, there's no need to play caps too, because we're going to be playing during that season.
Not going to have time to do both.
Right,
probably.
Yeah, you're not going to have time to do both. And then, of course, like when our middle school and high school teams, they can't try out till season's over with, and I think that's around February, somewhere around there, March maybe.
But y'all got a Facebook page, right? Paris Heat has a Facebook page, and so they can check that out.
Yes, I usually keep that page updated. Okay. I control it, so I usually update it all the time. So, yes, you can definitely look at that, check that out whenever it's about that time to try out.
Okay, yeah, there on the top of the screen there, Facebook, Paris Heat Basketball. You can go and find that information. I know y'all said that y'all are going to St. Louis this weekend. We talked about that. Is there anything after St. Louis, or will it just be kind of just local stuff?
It's going to be a wrap for us.
Okay.
That's probably going to be our last tournament together because next year these kids will be aged out. Yeah. They'll be seniors. So I hate it. I'm going to miss it. Oh, my gosh, I'm going to miss it. But it's been a fun ride, man. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this last trip.
Good. K.D., how about y'all? Will y'all be done after St. Louis, or y'all keep playing?
This is our biggest one, so this is our last one. We usually do this one for our finale, and then we'll just wait it out until next season.
Okay. Well, y'all got one. I mean, I guess to ask you what the goals for your program are, it'd be pretty simple to come back with some more hardware from St. Louis this weekend, right?
Well, yes and no, yeah. I mean, obviously that'd be awesome. The goal for my program is to see these boys succeed with high school at this point. Yeah. When we won that thing last year, that's kind of like the peak for us. Like for what we're going to do and where we're going to go, it's not getting any better than that. Right. So we kind of entered this season with different expectations, and it was more about just growth as a team and getting better and getting ready to do some damage after winning the district title for the first time in 27 years. It's
Has that taken not that there's pressure on you, but like after winning last year, you can kind of relax this year a little bit, enjoy it more? Or? I
kind of looked at it that way. I don't know what the kids did, but I kind of looked at it that way just because, what are the odds of repeating all that? You never know. I mean, we're going with that in mind. But at the same time, I'm always glass half full type guy. Sure. We're going to be realistic, and we're going to keep things in perspective and what we're looking to do. And obviously, we're looking to defend our championship. That's what we're there to do.
Right.
But I'm more want them to look back on this with fond memories and with happiness and enjoy it. That's what I will be more satisfied with that than any trophies we get.
Sure. How about you, K.D.? Future goals you got for the Paris Heat and what you're looking forward to coming up?
They were 3rd graders last year. Now they're 4th grade. They won too last year down in Reebok, and we actually our championship game was right before their championship game down there. So after we got done, we ran over and watched the end of their crazy game they had. And but yeah, just of course it's hard to go back to back. Man, it's tough, but of course that's always will be good. But just the hard work all these kids put in from the start of the season for this last tournament coming up, just leave it all on the floor. Just give it your all and leave it all out there, win or lose. As long as I know you gave 110% effort, you know, there's nothing I can be mad about.
Do have some times winding down here. Got some rapid fire questions. Just off the top of your head. And I'm interested to see this because Katie's younger than us. I consider us, old heads kind of, and so it'll be interesting to see the difference here. But so, do you have a favorite basketball movie?
Coach Carter.
Okay.
Or Glory Road. Glory Road. That's a great one too.
All right.
Man, I don't know if I have one.
Okay. That's all right if you don't.
I don't think I do.
Trying to. I guess
I like watching basketball games, but
Right.
as far as like a movie, I don't.
I guess Hoosiers would have to be.
Hoosiers
mine.
is great.
That's a good
Hoosiers is
movie.
great.
But all right, here's okay. Who is the GOAT of basketball? Is it
Me and my son and Cliff Curd and Carson Curd have a standing text.
Okay.
And about every 3 or 4 days, there'll be an Instagram or a TikTok or something come through. Wholeheartedly, without a doubt, it's Michael Jordan.
okay? KD.
I grew up on LeBron. So.
See, I knew it. I knew it.
You
So
know.
we had the debate when Will Jelks used to work with us and out in Cottage Grove, and he's here in town now. But Will was a LeBron guy. Me and Caramano were Jordan, and we could never convince Will that Michael Jordan.
It's hard
was
to
the
explain to
greatest.
these kids what an impact that guy
Yeah,
had and how big
listen.
he was back when we were young,
I remember on cable we had WGN. And the only time WGN got turned on was when the Chicago
That's
Bulls were on TV. Katie, you're wrong there. Sorry. Do y'all have a pregame pump-up song that?
Man, we do now. Shout out to PC Platinum Child. He made us. He made that song for Henry County, the
Yeah.
football team.
Yeah.
He made one for us too. And if you follow us on social media, I'm putting together a little highlight reel that's
Okay.
going to go to the song. So
So y'all got a page too, right?
Yep.
Paris Havoc.
Yep,
Or Henry County Havoc.
Yep,
sorry.
Henry County Havoc.
And
and he's wrote a song with all the kids' names.
nice.
And it's awesome. It's awesome.
Katie, how
I
about you?
kind of let the kids vibe to their own.
Okay.
They have their headphones,
Yeah.
so they'll be locked in, before
yeah.
the game. So they're listening to their own little music. So whatever gets them in ready to go, I just let them do their thing.
Sounds
on that part.
good. Nothing wrong with that. One word to describe your team.
Oh, nasty.
All right.
Resilient.
Okay. And then, do y'all have someone that in your dream world, your perfect tournament, you look over on the sidelines and they're watching your guys play?
Penny Hardaway.
Okay.
LeBron.
All right. Well, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Guys, I appreciate you being on. We're right at time here, and I appreciate the work that you're doing. Not like I said, not just because of the basketball, but like I said, the impact that you're making on young lives in Henry County. I said this to Coach Summers a couple weeks ago. Is he has moved on from the coaching role, but he will always be Coach Summers, and you guys will always be Coach. And so the impact that you're making in the lives that you are sculpting, and I appreciate it. And I know that, like I said, Coach Height mentioned you on the show, that he appreciates the work that you do with those kids because it gets them ready for M basketball. Same with you, Adam, that those kids, I know they're already on playing Henry County, but just the time and the effort it takes to make sure that during this time, rather than, and not that they would be sitting around doing nothing, but that the work that y'all do, it doesn't go unnoticed. And if nobody else ever tells you, I'm sure a lot of people do, but I appreciate it just because, like I said, doing the radio games, it's a thrill to get to watch these kids play. And it starts at a young age,
Right.
and then there's got to be people who come along other than Coach Curd and Coach Miller to spur these kids on and
Right.
keep them going. And
Well, it's like the same thing like they're doing for our inland basketball team with
Yeah.
the Lady Heat.
Yeah.
It's going to make a difference.
Sure.
Just anytime they've got a ball in their hands playing, it's going to help.
right.
I want to give one more shout out real quick before
Yeah.
we go. Another coach, Ashley Comer Martin.
Yep.
She does a big part in the younger girls, and she gets them ready to go. And I just want her to know that she's not unnoticed, and
Nice.
that she does a great job with her program. They're called Mizzou.
Awesome.
They're a girls team, and she does really good. So I wanted to make sure we noticed her.
Sure.
Yep.
appreciate all those folks. Guys, thank you all for coming on. I appreciate it. Best of luck to both squads. You're walking into St. Louis with kind of a target on your back, I guess. But
yeah.
No pressure.
Man, if you know us, we've got a target on our back just about
Good.
everywhere we go.
Good.
And I promise you, we're not. Some places we aren't real well received.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand because, I'm in
actually
that same boat.
We actually got a message a couple weeks ago. We can't wait to see y'all in St. Louis.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
So
Nice.
it's going to go down, but we're looking forward to it.
Well,
man.
good luck to you. I know you are going to do great, and even more so, you're going to represent Henry County and Paris well. And again,
100%.
I appreciate that. So, thank you guys. Appreciate you being on tonight. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Want to remind you that next week we'll be back, and we'll have Christopher Kirby on to talk about Henry County fall ball. That they're going to be doing baseball here in the fall for Henry County, and he's kind of in charge of that and is going to be on the show to promote it and talk about it and just have a conversation with Coach Kirby. And so make sure you tune in for that. Again, want to say thank you to our sponsors, to Taters, to All-Star Fence, Patriot Plumbing, Shelter Insurance, Eaton Construction, Tennessee Real Estate, and to TEC. Thanks to Mike Weatherford for the studio. Thanks to Kevin Keel and Scott Norwood in the back. And as always, live from the Brewer Street Mafia Studios here in the Keel Media for all the work that they do to bring SportsCast to you each and every week. We are thankful for them. Without them, it wouldn't be possible. And so, again, I say it every week, and I mean it, but thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it more than I can say. And as always, take care of yourself and each other. We'll see you next week. Thank you.